Hello, Ed Paget here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about foot strength. By now it's pretty well understood that supportive insoles and orthotics weaken the intrinsic muscles of the foot, and moving to a more barefoot lifestyle can strengthen them. In fact, the shoe company Vivo proved this by showing that within 6 months of wearing their barefoot shoes, foot strength can actually increase by 60%. However, can we speed up that process? How can we strengthen the foot core? All right, well, let's think about what the foot core is first. So essentially, it's the arch of the foot and the muscles that support that arch. Now, those muscles can actually go up into the calf, they can go up into the front of the leg, but also they're the intrinsic muscles in the base of the foot. So that's what we're going to be strengthening. Now, I've got some good exercises on how to mobilize the foot if you've got stiff feet, and I'll link those in the comments below. But this exercise is not about mobilizing the foot, it's about making it stronger. Super simple. All we're going to do is stand on one foot. Sounds pretty easy, right? So I'm going to use the wall for a bit of support here. I'm going to take this foot out of the way and just put my tiptoes down. And this foot, I'm going to go with my heel up. So my calf muscles are working, my foot muscles are working, and my heel bone should be coming towards you a little bit. We call that movement supination. So while my foot or my heel bone is coming towards you, my big toe is pushing into the ground. So with my mind, I am purposely pushing my big toe into the ground. And that actually leads to a slight torque or twist in the foot. And we call that the windlass mechanism. All right, so on the other side, it looks like this. I'm going to put this foot backwards and simply go up onto my tiptoes. Okay? So that could be stage one. Most people should be able to do this. And we're aiming to hold this for about 30 seconds. Now, stage two would be, well, can we take away some support? So let's take away the hand support from the wall. Foot back, tiptoes, no weight on this foot. Go up onto my, there it is, my hand support went straight there. But go up onto my front foot. Now I'm on tiptoes in both feet, but the weight is over my front foot. This is more challenging. Also, I'm actually on a matted or padded surface that gives a little bit, and that can be more challenging as well. So if you're struggling with this one, try it on some tiles or hardwood flooring and it might be a little bit easier. Okay, so again, we're looking for 30 seconds thereabouts. Now, stage three would be to go up onto your foot and actually take the other leg away. All right, so we're balancing now completely on one foot. We're trying not to wave our arms around too much. You can keep the arms down, let the hip muscles work, let the leg muscles work, let the thigh muscles work to hold this position. And you're going to work your way up to 30 seconds. So after 30 seconds, you should feel all the muscles firing. Now, if you feel it in your hip, it's probably because your hip is a little bit weak and it's working hard. If you feel it in your calf, again, your calf might be a little bit weak and is working hard. All right, well, so what's the last stage here? Well, we can actually add some movement into it. So you're going to go up onto your tiptoes and you're going to move the opposite leg forwards and backwards. So we call that the sagittal plane. So forwards and backwards, okay? Now from the side, it looks like this, simply moving that leg forwards and backwards. Now this is what we call a sort of little disturbance to the balance, right? It's a challenge to the balance system. But you can see I'm touching my toes down, the forwards and backwards. But what if I actually didn't do that? What if I took my toes up and I didn't touch them down at all? You might see some changes here. So now I'm not moving, so I'm not touching down, and you can see how much harder that is for me. So the muscles on my right side are working really hard to maintain that balance. All right, so that's forwards and backwards with this leg, but what about if we went side to side? So let's try that. So I'm setting myself up, calves nice and tense, and I'm moving left and right, and I'm touching down both sides. Or I could just touch down one side, that would be another change we could do. But I'm going to go and try and jump to the last sort of change, which is no sides. And already I can feel my butt muscles firing like crazy to stabilize my foot. And so what this shows us is the foot and the butt are so linked that you can't have one working without the other. And so to put your foot into a soft shoe and support the arch and actually sort of make it non-functional, take away the movement, can actually switch off the muscles in your butt as well. So that's why we need to get the foot working so that the butt can start working again. All right, there's one more movement I like to do, and that's the good old transverse plane. So that's opening the hips up to one side and closing them down. So here I'm starting by stepping both ways, gives me a little bit of support, and then I can step just one way, so not stepping this way, stepping this way, or I can reverse that, step this side and not this side. That's harder for me. Step this side and not this side. And lastly, we can do the movement without stepping at all. So up onto one side, high as you can, and try and do the movement without stepping at all. All right, so obviously this is a progression. I wouldn't expect you to go from foot down, heel up, wall supported to the last progression we just did in one day. I'd expect you to do that over a series of weeks, because this is quite hard to do, and especially if you've been wearing shoes your whole life, or you have bunions or some sort of foot problem that's going to cause some balance issues, this will be a real challenge for you. But I really want everyone to give this a go, because what I see in my patients and my clients, both in person and online, is basically an epidemic of weak feet. And these weak feet are causing problems higher up the chain, from back pain to hip pain to knee pain, even sometimes up into the shoulders and even neck pain. But if you have things like a scoliosis or a Sherman's or a kyphosis, then that weak foot is not going to be helping your body's ability to deal with the changes in your spine. So if you want to start from the ground up, set the foundation, then the feet are the best place to start, and this exercise is really going to help you. I'm going to wrap this video up now. And if you've enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but also click on that notification bell and send my channel to a friend who you think will also enjoy my content. Thank you so much for doing those things. Your support makes a huge difference. Also, if you have scoliosis, I want to tell you about the amazing community we are building over on Facebook. I'd like you to join this group, which is where a lot of the action and interaction happens with my community. Just follow the link in the description below, or the link in the first pinned comment. Stay tuned for my next video, which will be up soon. Until then, stay loose.